I am Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine here in the Weather Impact Team Weather Center here with also Mallory Schnell, who is checking reports and collecting pictures. And it's a fun snow day out there. We just don't want much ice. So far we're seeing more snow than ice for much of the area, and that's great. There is some sleet, some freezing rain starting to move up from the south. We've had some reports of that all the way up to southern Bullitt County. Let me go ahead and put on our graphics here. Again, there you can see I-65 at Grade Lane, slide off there. Tow truck has arrived at that spot. And we're still got a ways to go with this storm, obviously, as we're going to have another pretty good batch of snow that'll be moving through tomorrow morning as well. So again, we're going to be live streaming here for a little while, and we are going to be on WHAS11 Plus here momentarily. Again, we get up a little bit quicker here on Facebook and also on YouTube. So this is the biggest winter storm since 2015, it looks like, for us. That was the last time we had about 9 inches of a snow depth on the ground. Last time we had about 5 inches of snow depth, that was 2021, 2018. And more than 10 inches, that was back in 98, 96, 94, the snowy 90s. So digging up a little trivia there for you. We're going to get to radar satellites, futurecast, and map out perhaps storm system number 2 later in our next work week. So plenty to cover here from the Weather Impact Team Weather Center. All righty, so let's welcome everyone from our WHAS11 Plus channel, our WHAS11 app. Head to your app store, download that. If you don't have it, you're going to get a lot more weather coverage and news coverage there all the time. Thank you for joining on Facebook. You can leave comments. We'll be tracking those comments and answering as many questions as we possibly can. Would love to see your reports. You can send pictures to your photos at WHAS11.com. And of course in the comments as well. Here's another live look at some NDOT cameras. Crews are working hard out there. Look at that. You can see the bare ground, the concrete, that semi chugging along there. Obviously, take it easy if you have to be out and about. We've had kind of a little bit of a lull here around Metro Louisville and some of the snow rates. That has allowed crews to kind of catch up. But still plenty of treacherous conditions out there as we see several accidents here. Lots of red still all over the place. If you run into hills, you're probably going to have trouble if you live in a hilly neighborhood perhaps for quite some time. The neighborhood roads, the county roads, the rural roads, a lot of times the last to see the treatment and the plows. And that could be days as we are going to have below freezing temperatures for the rest of this week. And this is a look at traffic trackers showing lots of red all over the region. Look out there now from on top of the Galt House here to where 28 degrees. Around sunrise, when I came into work earlier this morning, we were at 29, so temperatures haven't moved much. And take a look at this as well. I've got that circle there, that yellow circle, highlighting a lot of thunder. That's the closest I've seen a batch of thunderstorms this close to just a bunch of snow. So this is a crazy setup. Reports of some thunder snow or thunder sleet, thunder freezing rain south of Louisville. So don't be surprised if you hear that thunder. Might get that rare weather phenomenon, thunder snow. Pretty cool. All right, here is a look at radar and satellite overall as we zoom in a little bit closer. You can see just batches of snow. At times, the snowfall rates will kind of briefly increase. You see that just north and south of Shelbyville, some darker blue indicating some of that heavier snow. And as we look off to the south, our temperatures are warming slightly, still below freezing though, around Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, and that's where we find some of the sleet and the freezing rain mixing in. And we're very curious about that too. If you're starting to see some sleet or freezing rain, let us know in the comments. We'll check in with Mallory here in just a second on some of your comments as well. So thanks again for tuning in here on this January 5th, 2025 here at 2:25 p.m. And before we get to Futurecast, I want to let you know about a couple things. Coming up at around 3:30, we're going to have all the news crews on WHAS11 television. We're going to have reports live tracking our winter storm 2025. And then at 5, I believe the mayor has a press conference. And then we will go from after the press conference into 1-hour winter weather special from 6 to 7 p.m. on WHAS 11. And then we'll have the night team coming up at 11 o'clock. So full day, full night of news coverage, winter storm coverage for you, because it is such a big and impactful winter storm. And again, we're not even probably quite halfway through this thing just yet. Winter storm warnings all along Interstate 64, all the way east through West Virginia to Washington, D.C., and then all the way out west in the red. It turns into a blizzard warning out towards Kansas City and Wichita, Kansas. As we zoom in here, we have a winter storm warning. That goes until 7 p.m. Monday. Ice storm warning out in western Kentucky. So here's a Futurecast, and it's lining up pretty well. That transition line from pink to blue, that indicates that freezing rain or sleet, turning to snow to the north. So where it's all snow, we're talking up to possibly around a foot of snowfall, as we are going to have another pretty good batch of snow move through tomorrow morning. We'll see that here on Futurecast too. And then as we look south, especially south of Bullitt County, that looks like will turn into some rain by late afternoon as we get up to maybe just above freezing in some locations there. So that's really going to limit the snowfall totals off to the south. And we'll take a look at our latest snowfall totals here in just a moment as well. And then the main precipitation area, the main steady precipitation starts to move off to the east later tonight. We're left with a drizzle, freezing, or just regular drizzle too, south of Louisville. All depends on your temperature, all depends on your location, and things can still stay very slick later on tonight, with many areas staying below freezing. Into our Monday morning, here's the back end of this system, and this is the cold side, so we're down to the 20s, wind chills around 5 to 15. Out the door tomorrow morning, roads in bad shape. Monday afternoon, it's going to be breezy and very cold as we taper off to flurries. Of course, with the ice situation, we got to watch out for the potential of some power outages. We just hope that'll stay around maybe 1/4 of an inch in some areas, where that would limit the number of power outages. And thankfully, we've with this storm system, the ratio to snow has been higher than ice, and that's been helping some things out. Tuesday, just very cold right there. So the snowfall potential we've been showing today should have been showing up to nearly 10 inches in Louisville. That's possible, nearly a foot north. And then it tapers off as you go county to county south of Louisville. Ice potential here. There's that zone along Interstate 64 down to the parkways and maybe touching parts of the southern tier counties in Indiana. That could see that 1/4, maybe some spots up to a 1/2 inch of ice. So there you go. That matches. These are two different weather models, which kind of matches up. You want that consistency of the models here back to back. So both pointing at the chance for maybe around 1/4 of an inch of ice, maybe a little bit more in some spots. Wind gusts up to around 30 miles per hour for tonight, and some wind gusts around 20 to 30 through much of our Monday. Just some brutal wind chills. In fact, here's a look at the wind chill map as we fall down to around 10 is what the feels like out the door tomorrow morning. Weather models don't do very good with the snowpack, so a lot of times will be colder than what the weather models say. Wind chills in the teens for our Monday afternoon, and then down to the single digits. Wind chills or not, single digit low temperatures for Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Thursday night. Latest snowfall reports. Crawford County showing up to nearly 9 inches in Indiana. Du Bois, 8 inches. Harrison County, 7 inches. At the Louisville Airport so far, almost 7 inches. Again, that is the most since 2015, it looks like. And the National Weather Service office off of Smyrna, 6 inches. Frankfort and Jasper, around 5 inches. Biggest snow since. So we had 5 inches on the ground 2021 and 2018, so we're past that. Had 9 inches on the ground in 2015, and last time we had over 10 inches on the ground, 98, 96, and 94. The record, I believe, is around 15 inches of snow back in 94 in one day. 26 and 28, still really cold out there. Getting a sleet report at the airport right now, Mallory.
Yes, we have a lot of
Okay. And let's go ahead and do that since we're just doing some boring temperatures my way. Oh, go ahead and cut over to Mallory
here.
here.
Relay just because of the mic.
Yeah.
But light freezing rain in Bardstown. All right, here we go. So seeing your reports in from Facebook Live. Light freezing rain in Bardstown, sleet in Floyd County, freezing rain in Taylorsville. So obviously we're starting to see a lot of that changeover. Freezing rain in Buffalo, Cave City, Litchfield, sleet in Greenville. Some areas seeing kind of a lull, you know, because the radar is quieter in some spots right now. Still snow in Jennings County, freezing rain in Clarksville. So once again, getting a lot of that changeover right now. Sleet in PRP.
Paula, hardly snowing in Jeff right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of transitioning a little bit over the northern, I would say southern half of our entire viewing area to that sleet, light freezing drizzle. Either way, we're below freezing still everywhere, so still slick conditions are to be expected throughout this winter storm. So wind chills is 15 in Lanesville, 19 in Shepherdsville, very cold out there. And then, okay, so this is what I talked about earlier, is storm number 2. So let's think past the storm that we're tracking now to next Friday. We could be locked in this winter pattern for quite some time. So the cold air is locked in place for the rest of this week. Combine that with the next storm system, which the heart of it is centered to our south, could bring enough moisture our way to give us a decent chance of some more accumulating snow next Friday. Keep that in the back of your mind. So hometown forecast here for tonight, lows in the 20s, wind chills around 5 to 15, highs tomorrow in the 20s, feeling like the teens. And so we got our weather impact alert days for today and for tomorrow. And then look at your low temperatures on the way. So Tuesday night down to 8, 4, Wednesday night down to 10, Thursday night, and then that snow potential for next Friday. Exciting forecast for you snow lovers. I know my dogs and my kids have been getting out in it today and just having a good time out there in all that snow. All right, we'll load up. This might go dark here. It takes a little while to load our Trimark cameras. While they load, thanks for joining our live stream here at 2:33 p.m. on this January the 5th. And we'll cut back to some of the cameras here. A couple cameras are snowed in, but there is some heavy traffic. Looks like we've got a center lane slide off issue there at 65 in Grade Lane. Just one of many slide offs around the area. And that pavement looking even better here as we look at some of our NDOT cameras. Thank you so much to all of the snow plow and snow treatment crew, road treatment crews out there. All those snow fighters battling out there for us. All of you guys keep safe. And the best advice, just delay any unnecessary travel with the messy conditions out there. As you can see here on Mobile Traffic Tracker, still looking at a lot of red all over the region. And that indicates some very slow conditions. Live look here down towards the elevated portion of 64, and it's hard to make it out. There's the 2nd Street Bridge by the Yum. A lot of lightning out to our west around Paducah. Thunderstorms so close to the heavy snow over our area. So once again, zooming in one last time here, just tracking what snow we have out there. It's kind of coming in little batches instead of the very steady blanket of snow that we had earlier. And as we trend into late afternoon, evening time, we'll start to see lighter and lighter precipitation. This will be kind of the lull in the storm through tonight before we get that secondary last batch of some accumulating snow tomorrow morning, and seeing a messy mix south of 64 of sleet and some freezing rain. Okay. And as we expand out, plenty more of this storm to go. On behalf of Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Mallory Schnell, I am Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine here in the Weather Impact Team Weather Center on this January 5th here at 2:35. Coming up at 3:30, we'll have all the crews together on WHAS11 television, And then at 5 o'clock is the mayor's press conference, and we'll take that after that all the way through 7 p.m. with our extended winter weather special for Winter Storm 2025. Stay safe out there, and we'll have obviously a lot more coverage throughout our Sunday.